Welcome to my channel. Do you feel nervous when speaking English in interviews? Don't worry, you are not alone. Many people get scared because they think their English is not good enough. But today, I will show you how to speak English in interviews confidently and clearly, even if your English is simple. You will learn easy words, sample answers, and powerful tips that will make you ready for any job interview. I will teach you how to start your interview, answer questions smartly, speak with confidence, and leave a positive impression. So, stay with me until the end, because these tips will change the way you speak English forever. Chapter 1. How to start your interview confidently. Do you know that the first few seconds of your interview are the most important? The first impression you make can stay in the interviewer's mind throughout the whole interview. When you enter the room or join an online interview, everything matters. Your smile, your voice, and the way you speak. Many people feel nervous at this stage, but if you prepare a simple, confident way to start, you can feel calm and make a great first impression. Remember, you don't need perfect English. You just need to speak clearly, politely, and confidently. When you enter the interview room, always smile. A smile shows that you are friendly, calm, and ready. It makes you feel more confident and helps the interviewer feel comfortable. Then greet the interviewer politely. If it is morning, say, "Good morning, sir," or "Good morning, ma'am." If it is afternoon, say, "Good afternoon, sir," or "Good afternoon, ma'am." These are simple words, but they show respect and confidence. Never forget to maintain eye contact while greeting. Avoid looking down at the floor or at your phone. Eye contact is a small trick that makes a huge difference. Next, when the interviewer says, "Please have a seat," you should respond politely. A simple, "Thank you very much," is perfect. Sit straight but relaxed. Do not slouch or lean too much. Your body language says a lot about your attitude. If you look confident and calm, the interviewer will immediately feel positive about you. Always avoid crossing your arms or looking tense. Small actions like sitting properly, smiling, and being polite show professionalism. After greeting, almost every interviewer will ask, "Can you introduce yourself?" This is one of the most common questions. Many people get nervous because they think they need to speak perfectly or use difficult English words. This is not true. A simple, short, and confident introduction is enough. For example, you can say, "My name is Mike. I am from Tokyo, Japan. I have completed my education in business management. I am hardworking and positive. I like learning new things and improving my skills." See, it is simple, clear, and confident. You don't need big words. What matters is that you sound natural, positive, and polite. While introducing yourself, speak slowly. Many beginners try to speak very fast because they are nervous. Speaking fast can make you sound unclear or unsure. Take small pauses between sentences. This will help you think and sound confident. Smile naturally while talking. A smile makes your voice sound friendly and calm. Also, try to use polite words whenever possible, like "please," "thank you," and "sure." Even small words show a positive attitude. It is also important to remember what to include in your introduction. Start with your name, then your city or country. After that, talk about your education or experience in 1 or 2 sentences. Then, add a few qualities about yourself, like hardworking, honest, or positive. Finally, mention something simple about your interests or skills. Keep your introduction short. 2 to 3 sentences are enough. Do not overthink or try to speak for too long. Short and clear is always better. A very important tip is to practice your introduction every day. Stand in front of a mirror or record yourself on your phone. Speak slowly, smile, and notice your body language. Practice until you feel confident. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel during the real interview. You can also practice with a friend or family member. They can give you feedback on your pronunciation, smile, and confidence. Another small but powerful tip is to prepare your introduction the night before the interview. Write down your introduction in simple words. Practice reading it aloud several times. When you memorize the structure, you don't need to think too much during the interview. This makes you feel relaxed and confident. Confidence at the start is the key to answering all other questions well. Finally, remember that your attitude matters more than your English words. Even if your English is very simple, your smile, polite words, and confidence will make a strong impression. Do not try to use difficult words or complicated sentences. Speak naturally, be positive, and show that you are ready to learn and work hard. The first few seconds of your interview can set the tone for the whole conversation. If you start confidently, the interviewer will feel that you are calm, professional, and capable. So, my friends, start your interview with a smile, polite greeting, and a short, clear introduction. Sit properly, maintain eye contact, and speak slowly. Practice your introduction every day, and you will feel more confident each time. Remember, simple English spoken confidently is always better than complicated English spoken nervously. If you follow these tips, your first impression will be strong, and you will start your interview in the best possible way. Chapter 2: Answering Common Interview Questions. Now that you have started your interview confidently, the next important step is answering common interview questions. Many people feel nervous here because they do not know what to say. Don't worry. Today, I will show you easy ways to answer these questions in simple English. You don't need difficult words. You just need to speak clearly, honestly, and confidently. Answering questions well will show the interviewer that you are professional, positive, and ready for the job. The first common question is, why do you want this job? Many beginners get stuck here. The key is to answer simply and honestly. You can say, I want this job because I believe I can do it well. I like this company, and I want to grow and learn here. See, it is short, clear, and positive. You do not need to explain too much. The interviewer wants to know that you are interested in the job and ready to work hard. Another way to answer is, I am interested in this job because it matches my skills. I want to improve myself and contribute to the company. Again, simple English works perfectly. The second question is, what are your strengths? Many people think they need to give big answers, but the best answers are true, short, and positive. For example, you can say, I am honest, I work hard, and I always complete my work on time. You can also say, I am a fast learner and I like to solve problems. Choose strengths that are real and simple. Avoid saying things that sound exaggerated or not true. When you speak honestly and clearly, the interviewer will trust you more. The third question is, what are your weaknesses? Never say, I don't have any weakness. That sounds unnatural and dishonest. Instead, turn your weakness into something positive. For example, you can say, sometimes I focus too much on small details, but I am learning to manage my time better. Another example is, I can be a little shy in new situations, but I am working on being more confident and speaking more. These answers show that you are aware of yourself and ready to improve. Interviewers like candidates who are honest and willing to learn. The fourth question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? This question is about your goals. You do not need a perfect answer. Simple answers work best. For example, you can say, in 5 years, I want to see myself growing with this company and taking more responsibility. You can also say, I want to learn more skills and become a better professional. The key is to show that you are motivated, positive, and ready to stay with the company. The fifth common question is, why should we hire you? Many beginners feel nervous here. The answer should be short, confident, and positive. For example, you can say, because I have the skills and I am ready to work hard, I will give my best to this job. Another answer can be, I am responsible, hardworking, and eager to learn. I will do my job with honesty and dedication. These answers are simple, but very effective. Confidence is more important than using difficult English words. Here are some important tips for answering any question. First, listen carefully to the question. If you do not understand, it is okay to ask politely. You can say, sorry, can you please repeat that? This shows confidence, not weakness. Second, speak slowly and clearly. Do not rush your words. Third, keep your answers short and to the point. Long answers can confuse the interviewer. Fourth, always smile slightly and be polite. A friendly attitude helps you connect with the interviewer. It is also helpful to prepare and practice answers before the interview. Write down your answers in simple words and practice them aloud. You can record yourself or practice with a friend. When you practice, you become more confident and natural. Do not try to memorize word for word. Just remember the structure and main points. This makes your answers sound natural instead of robotic. Another tip is to use examples from your experience whenever possible. For example, if you are asked about your strengths, you can give a short example. I always complete my work on time. Last month, I finished a project before the deadline, and my manager appreciated my work. Small examples make your answers stronger and believable. Finally, remember that it is okay to pause for a second before answering. Pausing shows that you are thinking and careful about your words. Do not rush or panic. Confidence, honesty, and simplicity are the most important things. The interviewer will notice your positive attitude more than your English grammar. So, my friends, practice answering these common questions every day. Keep your answers short, clear, and positive. Speak slowly, smile, and be confident. Use simple words. Prepare a few examples from your experience. If you follow these tips, you will answer any question confidently and impress the interviewer. Remember, you don't need perfect English. You just need preparation, confidence, and practice. Chapter 3. Speaking with Confidence. After learning how to start your interview and answer common questions, the next important step is speaking with confidence. Confidence is more important than perfect grammar. Even if your English is simple, speaking confidently can impress the interviewer more than using difficult words incorrectly. Many beginners feel nervous because they worry about making mistakes. Don't worry. Today, I will teach you simple ways to speak confidently, clearly, and politely in any interview. These tips will make you feel calm and ready. The first and most important tip is to speak slowly. Many people speak very fast when they are nervous. Speaking fast can make you sound unsure, and the interviewer may not understand you clearly. Take your time. Speak slowly and pronounce each word clearly. When you speak slowly, you also have time to think about what you want to say next. This shows that you are calm, thoughtful, and confident. Even a small pause before answering a question is okay. It makes you appear more professional. The second tip is to smile naturally. A smile is a small but powerful tool. It shows that you are friendly, calm, and positive. Smiling while speaking makes your voice sound warmer and more confident. You don't need to smile all the time, but a small, natural smile while greeting, answering questions, or ending your sentences will make a great impression. People respond to positive energy, and a smile is the easiest way to show it. The third tip is to use polite words like please, thank you, and sure. These small words show respect and professionalism. If the interviewer asks you to explain something or give an example, you can say, "Sure, I can explain," or "Yes, thank you for asking." Avoid slang, casual words, or very informal expressions. For example, don't say, "Yeah, I did it," or "No problem." Instead, say, "Yes, I did it," or "You are welcome." Polite words and professional tone make a big difference in interviews. The fourth tip is body language. Confidence is not only in your words, but also in your body. Sit straight, keep your shoulders relaxed, and maintain eye contact with the interviewer. Avoid slouching, looking down too much, or fidgeting with your hands. Natural hand gestures are okay, but don't overdo it. Your body language communicates your attitude and confidence even before you start speaking. If you sit and speak confidently, the interviewer will feel that you are professional and ready for the job. Another important tip is to practice answering questions aloud before the interview. Practice helps you become more natural and confident. You can practice in front of a mirror, with a friend, or even record yourself on your phone. Listening to your own voice will help you notice if you are speaking too fast, too quietly, or unclear. With practice, you will sound more confident, and your answers will be more polished. Even practicing for 10 to 15 minutes daily can make a huge difference. Sometimes the interviewer may ask a question that surprises you or is difficult to answer. Don't panic. It is okay to pause for a second and think before speaking. You can also ask politely, "Sorry, can you please repeat that?" Or, "Can you explain the question?" This is not a weakness. It shows that you are careful, polite, and confident. Many beginners feel embarrassed when they ask for repetition, but it actually makes you look professional. Voice modulation is another key part of confidence. Avoid speaking in a monotone voice. Try to slightly change your tone to show interest and positivity. For example, emphasize important words or phrases, and pause naturally between ideas. This makes your speech easier to understand and more engaging. If you speak clearly and with a pleasant voice, the interviewer will pay attention to your words and feel that you are confident. A very important tip is to pretend the interview is a friendly conversation, not a test. When you think of it as a conversation, you will feel more relaxed and speak naturally. Beginners often feel nervous because they focus on making mistakes. Forget about mistakes for a moment. Speak slowly, clearly, and politely. Smile and act friendly. This small change in mindset can make a huge difference in your confidence. Finally, remember that confidence grows with practice. Speak English every day, even for a few minutes. Practice simple sentences, greetings, and common interview questions. Read aloud, record yourself, and try speaking to friends or family. Over time, your voice, body language, and attitude will become confident naturally. Confidence is not about being perfect. It is about being prepared, positive, and comfortable with yourself. So, my friends, to speak confidently in any interview, follow these simple steps. Speak slowly, smile naturally, use polite words, maintain good body language, and practice every day. Don't worry about mistakes. Think of the interview as a conversation. Pause if you need, and answer carefully. With these small but powerful tips, even beginners with simple English can impress the interviewer, show professionalism, and feel calm and confident during the interview. Confidence is your secret key to success in any interview. Chapter 4. Ending your interview positively. You have started your interview confidently, answered questions clearly, and spoken with confidence. Now, the final step is equally important. Ending your interview positively. Many beginners think that once the questions are over, the interview is done. But the way you end your interview can leave a lasting impression on the interviewer. A positive ending shows professionalism, confidence, and interest in the job. Today, I will teach you simple and effective ways to end your interview so the interviewer remembers you in a good way. First, when the interviewer asks, "Do you have any questions for us?" it is important to respond politely. Even if you do not have any questions, you should say something positive. For example, you can say, "Thank you, sir/ma'am. I am very interested in this job, and I will do my best if I get the opportunity." This answer is short, polite, and shows enthusiasm. Avoid saying, "No, I don't have any questions. That sounds less engaged. A small positive answer can make a big difference. Second, when the interview is officially ending, stand up slowly and politely. If the interview is in person, smile and say, "Thank you for your time. It was nice talking to you." This simple sentence leaves a positive impression. Your smile, polite words, and calm body language make the interviewer feel that you are friendly and professional. If it is an online interview, you can maintain the same polite tone, smile, and say the same words before ending the call. A good ending is like a strong handshake at the last moment. It leaves a lasting impression. Next, it is important to thank the interviewer for their time. Always remember that the interviewer is spending their time talking to you. A polite "thank you for your time" shows respect and gratitude. You can also add a short sentence about your interest in the job. For example, "I really enjoyed learning about this company, and I am very excited about this opportunity." This shows that you are attentive, interested, and motivated. Positive words at the end make your entire interview feel complete and professional. Body language is also very important while ending an interview. Stand straight, maintain eye contact, and smile. Avoid looking down or walking away too quickly. These small actions communicate confidence and professionalism. Even a small nod or a slight hand gesture can make you appear polite and confident. Beginners often forget about body language at the end, but it is as important as your words. A positive body language reinforces the words you speak and leaves a strong impression. Another important tip is to prepare your closing statement in advance. Think about what you want to say at the end. Keep it short, positive, and polite. You do not need to memorize word for word. Just remember the structure. Thank the interviewer, express your interest in the job, and show readiness to work hard. For example, "Thank you for this interview. I am very interested in this job, and I promise to do my best if I get this opportunity." This simple and polite sentence works in almost every interview. It is also okay to ask one small question at the end if you want. For example, you can ask politely, "Can you tell me about the next steps in the hiring process?" This shows that you are curious, interested, and professional. Avoid asking too many questions, and never ask personal or unrelated questions. Keep your questions short and related to the job or company. This makes you look thoughtful and engaged without wasting the interviewer's time. Many beginners make a mistake by rushing or leaving the room quickly at the end. Never do that. Always take a few seconds to smile, thank, and leave politely. A slow, calm, and polite exit communicates confidence and maturity. If it is an online interview, do not hang up immediately. Smile, nod, and end the call politely. The last few seconds are very important because they are the final impression the interviewer has of you. Finally, remember that the ending of the interview is your chance to reinforce your positivity and professionalism. Even if you felt nervous during the interview, a confident and polite ending can leave the interviewer with a positive feeling about you. Keep your words simple, your tone polite, and your body language confident. This combination is very powerful. So, my friends, To end your interview positively, always thank the interviewer, express your interest in the job, maintain good body language, and leave politely. Prepare a short closing statement in advance. Speak it confidently and smile. Remember, even simple English spoken politely and confidently is enough to leave a strong impression. With a positive ending, you can make the interviewer remember you as a professional, polite, and motivated candidate. Practice this ending, just like the introduction, and you will feel more confident every time. Chapter 5. Preparing before the interview. Many beginners think that speaking English confidently in interviews is only about what you say during the interview. But preparation before the interview is equally, if not more, important. Preparing well helps you feel calm, confident, and ready to answer any question. Today, I will show you simple, practical ways to prepare before an interview so that you can speak English clearly and impress the interviewer. These tips are easy for beginners, and you can start practicing them today. The first step in preparation is researching the company and the job. Before going to an interview, take some time to learn about the company. Check what products or services they provide, their values, and their goals. If it is an online interview, you can check the company website or LinkedIn page. Knowing about the company shows that you are serious and interested. You can also prepare 1 or 2 short sentences about why you like the company. For example, I like this company because it cares about its employees and values learning new skills. Simple sentences like this show interest and preparation. The second step is practicing common interview questions. Many interview questions are similar in every interview. Questions like, "Tell me about yourself. Why do you want this job? What are your strengths and weaknesses?" appear almost everywhere. Prepare short, clear, and positive answers for these questions. Use simple English. Do not try to memorize long sentences. Just remember the main points. For example, if the question is, "Why do you want this job?" you can say, "I want this job because it matches my skills. I want to grow and learn here." Practice these answers aloud several times so you feel comfortable speaking them. Next, practice speaking clearly and slowly. Many beginners speak too fast because they are nervous. Speaking too fast can make you feel more anxious, and the interviewer may not understand you. Take your time while practicing. Read your answers aloud. Record yourself and listen to see if you are clear. This will help you notice mistakes and improve your confidence. Speaking slowly, clearly, and politely is one of the most important ways to appear confident in an interview. Another important step is preparing your introduction. Your introduction is the first thing the interviewer hears. Prepare a short, simple introduction that tells your name, city, education, qualities, and skills. For example, "My name is Sarah. I am from Karachi, Pakistan. I have completed my education in business management. I am hardworking and positive. I like learning new things and improving my skills." Practice this introduction several times until it feels natural. A strong introduction will make you start your interview with confidence. Dress and presentation are also important parts of preparation. Even if your English is perfect, your appearance affects the interviewer's first impression. Wear clean, professional clothes. Make sure your hair is neat and your shoes are clean. If it is an online interview, check your background. Sit in a quiet, well-lit place. Small details like these show that you are serious and professional. Mental preparation is another key step. Many beginners get nervous before an interview because they imagine that the interviewer will judge them or catch them making mistakes. This thinking increases anxiety. Instead, think positively. Tell yourself, I am prepared. I can speak English clearly. I will do my best. Take deep breaths, relax your shoulders, and smile. Visualization is very helpful. Imagine yourself entering the interview confidently, answering questions calmly, and leaving with a positive impression. Positive thinking before the interview can reduce nervousness and boost confidence. It is also helpful to write down key points before the interview. For example, you can make a small note of your strengths, achievements, or important experiences. You don't need to memorize everything word for word. Just remember the key points so you can speak naturally during the interview. This makes your answers more organized and professional. Another useful tip is to practice with a friend, family member, or online partner. Ask them to act as the interviewer and ask you questions. Practice speaking, smiling, and using polite words. This role play will make you more confident and comfortable during the real interview. Beginners often forget that practice with others can make a huge difference. Finally, remember that preparation is not about perfection. It is about confidence and readiness. Even if your English is simple, preparation helps you speak clearly, answer questions confidently, and leave a positive impression. Small daily habits like practicing answers, reviewing the company, and thinking positively will improve your English and interview skills over time. Preparation gives you calmness, clarity, and confidence, which are more important than perfect grammar. So, my friends, before your next interview, spend time researching the company, preparing your answers, practicing your introduction, and dressing professionally. Practice speaking clearly, smiling, and maintaining positive body language. Prepare mentally and remember your key points. If you do these simple steps, you will feel ready, confident, and calm. Preparation is your secret weapon. It makes speaking English in interviews easy, even if you are a beginner. Chapter 6: Everyday English Practice for Interviews. You have learned how to start your interview, answer questions, speak confidently, end positively, and prepare well. The final step to becoming a successful English speaker in interviews is everyday English practice. Many beginners think that speaking English confidently comes only from studying grammar or memorizing answers. But the real secret is daily practice. Even if you speak English for just 10 minutes every day, it will improve your confidence, fluency, and clarity over time. Today, I will show you simple and effective ways to practice English every day so that you can perform your best in any interview. The first tip is to practice speaking aloud every day. Many beginners read English silently, but reading aloud is more effective. When you speak aloud, you practice pronunciation, sentence structure, and confidence at the same time. You can start with simple sentences like, "Good morning, sir. I am very interested in this job." Or, "I like learning new things and improving my skills." Repeat these sentences several times. Speaking aloud helps your brain get used to English, and it becomes easier to speak naturally during an interview. The second tip is to practice common interview questions daily. Take 2 or 3 questions each day and answer them aloud. For example, you can practice, "Tell me about yourself. Why do you want this job?" Or, "What are your strengths and weaknesses?" Speak slowly, clearly, and politely. Do not worry about making mistakes. The more you practice, the more comfortable you will feel. You can even record your answers on your phone and listen to them. This way, you can hear your mistakes and improve quickly. Another useful tip is to practice with a friend, family member, or AI tool. Ask them to act as the interviewer and ask you questions. Answer politely and confidently. Practicing with someone else helps you get used to real interview situations. You will learn how to think on your feet and respond naturally. Beginners often feel nervous when speaking to real people, so this practice reduces fear and increases confidence. A very simple but powerful exercise is to practice thinking in English. Many beginners translate from their own language to English in their mind, which slows them down and causes mistakes. Instead, try to think directly in English. For example, when you see a pen, think, "This is a pen. I can write with it." When you plan your day, think in English. "I will study English for 30 minutes. I will practice speaking aloud." Thinking in English helps you speak faster, more naturally, and with confidence during interviews. Reading aloud is another great practice method. You can read short English articles, news, or simple stories every day. While reading, pay attention to pronunciation, tone, and clarity. Reading aloud trains your mouth and brain to produce English words easily. You can also practice pauses and emphasis, which are very useful in interviews. Reading aloud is simple, but if done daily, it improves fluency tremendously. Writing in English every day also helps. You can write a few sentences about your day or your work. For example, "Today, I practiced speaking English for 10 minutes. I feel more confident now." Writing helps you organize your thoughts, learn new words, and express yourself more clearly. When you combine writing and speaking practice, you will notice faster improvement. It is also helpful to use common English phrases for interviews in your practice. Phrases like, "I am very interested in this opportunity," "I am hardworking and positive," and "Thank you for your time" are useful in almost every interview. Practice saying these phrases aloud until they feel natural. This way, when the real interview comes, these sentences will come to your mind automatically. Another tip is to practice answering questions with examples. For example, if the question is about your strengths, give a short example. "I am hardworking. Last month, I completed my project before the deadline, and my manager appreciated my work." Practicing examples makes your answers more believable and professional. You can prepare 1 or 2 examples for each common question and practice them daily. Finally, Remember that consistency is more important than duration. Even if you practice English for only 10 minutes a day, doing it every day is more effective than one long practice session once a week. Daily practice trains your brain, improves your confidence, and helps you speak naturally. Mistakes are part of learning. Don't fear mistakes. Use them to improve. The more you practice, the easier it will become to speak English in interviews with clarity and confidence. So, my friends, if you want to speak English confidently in interviews, make it a habit to practice every day. Speak aloud, answer questions, think in English, read and write, and use common interview phrases. Practice with friends, family, or AI tools. Be consistent, stay positive, and do not worry about mistakes. Daily practice is the key to improvement. Remember, even simple English spoken confidently is enough to impress any interviewer. Keep learning, keep practicing, and soon you will speak English naturally and confidently in every interview.